Mr. High School Holla, K104 Sports, K104 Spring Ball. It's only right. You know I got love for Fort Worth, Funky Town, that I check out Coach Allen in North Crowley out here. Coach, thanks for letting me out here today.
Appreciate you coming by, man.
All right, Coach, let's talk about it. How did North Crowley battle during COVID last season?
It was a challenge. It was a challenge, one that we accepted because the UIL was gracious enough to let us play. So we had a lot of protocols, a lot of different things we had to do, a lot of changes. And, you know, we learned a lot during the COVID about how we worked. And the kids adjusted to it, and, you know, we were able to get through the season relatively healthy. You know, we had a few cases early, but it was a learning process for us. But other than that, we were able to make it through it and had a pretty good season, even in a COVID year.
You all came out the season healthy and had a very good season, a historic season at that. Just talk about that a little bit. Having a winning record, then returning to the playoffs. Just talk about that season, Coach.
It was special. It was special because it was something that we spoke about when we first arrived. We had our kids, and we told them that, hey, a state championship has been won here before. That's the first state championship in the school. And so we said it's been done before, it can be done again, but it starts with a belief. And so those guys bought into the belief. They busted their tails every day. They said it. They said, Coach, we're going to make the playoffs this year. And so not only did they make it, they actually got in and won one. So it makes it good for us, and it starts a tradition for the next teams coming through. The freshman team was undefeated. Middle school team was undefeated the year before. So, you know, we got a chance to be very good in the future. And I'm just very appreciative of that class pushing and starting a tradition for us.
So from when you first took the job, then looking at it now and just how much work you put in, how much did you see the program transition and change? And of course, I talked to a lot of different coaches, and one of the things they talk about is keeping kids in their area. So how was that battle for you? Because it seems like, and I'm gonna speak for me, Fort Worth is one of those places where a lot of people come and get kids. So I can just imagine how tough that is for you coaching in Fort Worth.
Yeah, so that was the narrative of this place, to be honest with you, before we got here. Everybody had a hand in the pot over here, you know, but there was a new chef in town, and so I was very, very intentional about how we moved and how we kept our kids, you know, and so I'm very grateful for my parents. In the 76123, there's a lot of talent over here, and now they have a program that they can believe in, and our kids are staying, man. And so, you know, like I said, I think sky's the limit for us, but that was a big problem at first. But, you know, now, I mean, you can't say that you blame people then, but again, it takes getting out in the community, being at our schools, being at our Pee Wee games, letting our people know that we're real people, and that we love to coach their sons, you know, and so the community's behind us now. So I think sky's the limit for North Crowley football.
What was special about this senior class that's getting ready to graduate to make history at North Crowley? What, you know, the Ronald Wilsons, the Corin France, the Chase Beatsom, those guys?
So the good thing about those guys, they all played together as little kids, you know, and they went to the middle school together. So I got here right when they were they're freshmen, second semester, and they all came together. So they actually started the thing where kids staying at the community, stay in the community. So, you know, the good thing about it, you can see the fruits of the labor when your kids that you pay taxes in the neighborhood stay. You know what I mean? And I tell them all the time, you know, and they believed in that. I said, no longer we look over the fence at anybody else and wonder what they're doing. We're going to do it here. And they believed in it. So that's why they're so special, man.
So we talked about a little bit off air. You know, your defense, you're going to have a few guys missing. But that offense, you have a lot of your young talent there. So just talk about some of the guys that we need to watch out for, some of your student athletes, your young guys.
Well, the good thing about this team now, this is going to be our second senior football team. We played a ton of sophomores in 18 and 19. Last year was our first senior team. And this is another team that's going to be senior heavy as well. But they all played, man. And so a few guys, the whole offense comes back. So I'm not going to go through everybody, but you know, yeah, both quarterbacks, Quentin Jackson, Chandler Pullum, sophomore sensation tailback, DeJuan Lacey, the whole offensive line comes back. You know, a diamond in the rough guy, 6'4", senior Malik Moore, who's going to make a lot of noise. Chris Palmer, Xavier Alexander. We got some guys, man, that can get out there and really make some plays. Defensively, we're going to be very good up front. With Aaron Austin, the Division I defensive end we have, all our linebackers standing on their feet at least 4'7" or more on their speed. So Tristan Archie, Nick Oliver anchored the 4x1, you know, outside backer. So, you know, our corners are over 6 foot. So we got some stuff, man. I'm very proud of them. But, you know, we got to replace a few pieces in the secondary, but we're going to be very good in the box. And those guys in the back end, they can play too. Don't let me sell them short. So I think we're going to have a pretty good football team.
Quentin, just talk about last season. Y'all had a historic run. First time returning to the playoffs in so long. Just talk about that year.
From the beginning of the year, we had a motto, finish the fight, comeback season focus. And from the offseason, we was like, this is a year. We got the new district. We felt confident going into it. And then every practice, it was not no last lucker practice. We came in, fought, competed every day. Defense made us better. We made defense better. It was just an historic season. Everybody came together. It was a brotherhood. It was just all one family.
So what can we expect from the offense next season? Because everybody's coming back on offense,
sir.
Correct?
Yeah, so we got Chandler, my guy Chandler, DeWan. We got some new receivers, Malik, watch out for Malik, my guy. And I feel like be more explosive. We got me coming back. I feel I'll be more confident in my season. And just, I want to piggyback on my defense. The defense real good, and we just going to help them out more this year.
So how was that playoff experience last season for you?
It was surreal. It was surreal, especially playing our first game at Globe Life, big stadium, and it was just a wild comeback, and we really proved what, like, we came here to play. We're not no fluke or just one team that just messed around and made the playoffs. We're here to stay and move.
I mean, talking about looking back on last season, it was a great season. You know, my first year ever going to the playoffs with this team. You know, building a great bond and chemistry with this squad.
So how do you think So how's the defense going to do even better next season?
I feel like we've made a great amount of improvements because, you know, we had a lot of young guys stepping up to bigger plates, you know. So I think we can step up to higher expectations.
Of course, spring ball coaches, they want to implement new things, sometimes bring new things. What does Coach Allen and North Crowley football hope to get out of this spring season?
Well, the biggest thing for us is, are we playing to our standard, right? You know, you have your few wrinkles that you try to, you know, you clinic, you go meet and visit guys and bring it back, you know, but the biggest thing is every year is a new team, right? So is this version of North Crowley Panthers playing to the standard, and how I said, making people play our game? That's a tough physical brand of football. So if we can accomplish that and get those guys there over these next 2 or 3 weeks of spring ball, then I think we got a chance. You know, so, you know, schematical stuff is what it is. You got a lot of time in the summer to get stuff done. But right now we put these pads on. It's about playing our style of ball and getting them trained up.
Ron Murray, Mr. High School Holler, K104, Beast of the Week, K104 Spring Ball. Coach Allen, thank you so much for having me out, man.
Hey, no, brother. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
K104. Beast of the Week. Who's making noise? Beast of the Week.